Yo guys, and welcome back to this new stream here on the channel. And on today's stream we are going to discuss the Bitcoin price action. We're going to discuss the whole cryptocurrency industry. We're going to discuss, of course, way more things beside that. We're going to go into some very interesting models. We're going to go over some, of course, the fear and greed index. Is it right now the time to stay on the sidelines, or is this right now the time to be greedy because a lot of other people are getting fearful right now? So that and much more are the things that we're going to discuss on today's stream as well. I see some very interesting things right now in the market because, like you can see over here, first we started a very significant rally here in the Bitcoin price section, and this was looking like some kind of an Elliott wave structure towards the upside. Like you can see here, we created we created 3 impulsive moves towards the upside. And what do you get after 3 impulsive moves towards the upside? That is, of course, an Elliott wave structure. You tend to see an ABC correction. And what are we seeing right now here? We're seeing an A getting formed on the top here. We are seeing an B getting formed over here. And the C is, of course, this correction over here. We're forming, of course, a lower low on this correction. So yeah, it does look like we are getting a very clear ABC correction right now here. Let's see what we are going to have after this. Of course, a lot of people are panicking right now here, but personally, I do expect to see, of course, the same market structure like Bitcoin has been forming several times in the past, and that is just an ABC correction after such a significant rally, of course, from up the 30K, and I personally don't think that this is the time to be starting to panic over here. So let me see what we're going to have here for the Bitcoin price action. Of course, we're going to, of course, discuss as well some other things what we're right now seeing on the imminent short term. Because, guys, as well, if we're going to look at the RSI right now, you can see the RSI was getting pretty oversold. And if we're going to look at how oversold we right now are, this has not been reached since September 2020. So, guys, like you can see over here, Bitcoin has not been so oversold on the 4-hourly candles since September 2020, and we all know, of course, this correction came as well. We were seeing a very significant rally, then we corrected, and always, general speaking, once the market is, of course, getting so oversold, we tend to see extreme big price rises in the the Bitcoin market. So yes, we were seeing a very significant amount, of course, of Bitcoin getting. I mean, Bitcoin was very oversold over here. Since then, we creeped up towards the upside, and this was, of course, the beginning of this huge rally towards the upside because Bitcoin needs to get oversold. Bitcoin needs to shake out these weekends before we could be absolutely moving parabolic towards the upside. So, what is basically the moral of this story that I'm trying to bring to you guys? And that is that, in my opinion, of course, I do think this is a very clear buy signal because, general speaking, once Bitcoin is oversold, it tends to be signifying that it is, of course, a good average buying opportunity. Because yes, it could be so for sure that we are going to maybe decrease even further, and maybe we're not going to bounce back here in the, let's say, coming 12 hours from now on, because the 4-hour RSI is definitely a lacking indicator. I should definitely not approach like, okay, I want to be opening a long position from this point, because if you want to be, it does give us right now a signal. Oh my gosh. But it clearly does give us right now a signal that the market could be, of course, moving up from here on, because we have been getting so oversold. And I know there was a little bit of a lag spike here, so excuse me for these spikes here. Once again, I'm trying to fix the issues, but for me, it's very hard to counter these issues here. But yeah, what you can see is, well, over here, things you have to be looking at to, of course, determine whether you want to be bullish or bearish on a market. Yeah, you can see right now, the fear is really kicking in on the market. The fear is kicking in on the market. We are seeing right now the fear and greed index. Of course, we are setting on 27 here in the fear and greed index. And have we been knowing that, historically speaking, once everyone is in fear, you should be greedy? Is that a good decision? Yes, it has. And as well, if everyone is greedy, should you be then, of course, get a little bit more fearful? Yes, that is also a very strong thing that you could be doing here. So make sure that you're, of course, going to base your own opinion of this information. I'm, of course, only going to bring this to you guys out there, but this is definitely very, very important. But I will be going over right now into some TA to, of course, see what we could be potentially seeing from here on. Of course, a lot of people as well anticipating that Bitcoin is going back to 38K. Of course, a huge, for people that are willing to accumulate your Bitcoins over there. I, of course, already announced yesterday that I was accumulating a position on the 42.4K. That level provided very strong support, like you can see here on the 4-hourly candles. If I go to this chart, you can see this level holding up very, very well here on the 4-hourly candles. And you can see it wicked towards the downside. Almost got this next entry target that I was willing to enter, of course, the 39.8k. This was a very, very strong level of support, but I did already had several orders set up, like I announced yesterday. So I pushed down my average entry price, and right now I'm still in a very solid profit here on my trade. So definitely very interesting what we're right now seeing here. 42.4k still holding very strong right now in the 4-hourly candles. So I will be for sure looking forward towards how we're going to bounce back from this level as well. You could be approaching the market right now from this downward sloping support line. You can see over here we got, of course, right now 3 touch points of this. So this is, of course, a very valid level of support and resistance. Maybe you could be even approach this as an parallel channel, like you can see here, because these lines are parallel to each other, and we're seeing as well resist line getting formed here. So maybe this is going to be the resist line that we have to be breaking. But if I'm then going to look at some Fibonacci targets, because I right now want to be looking and setting up a Fibonacci here to determine what Bitcoin is right now going to be most likely doing from here on as well. Look at this daily candle. This looks like a very solid retest in my opinion, because this daily candle has been retesting this orange box over here. You can see over here, this has been the major level of previous resistance. This over here, resistance, 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 and we right now, for the first time since we, of course, increased towards this level, towards the upside, we are right now retesting this orange box. So is this a bullish retest? To give you a very quick word to that, it's yes, it is a bullish retest. This daily candle is as well a bullish hammer candle. Of course, it's really going to be depending where we're going to close this daily candle. But yeah, once again, going to say it, once everyone is aware, you want to be starting to get greedy. And right now, of course, it looks to be that we are having, of course, a successful retest of this very strong level of resistance. And it is going to be a very, very good chance that we're going to see a very significant rise towards the upside as well. Like we already considered, we have already seen this ABC correction. This is a very clear reversal, not reversal, this is a very clear correction method in Bitcoin. And after these ABC corrections, we tend to see, of course, an Elliott wave once again towards the upside getting generated. As well, we know September has been, generally speaking, a very bearish month. But does it mean that we are going to be, of course, even be more bearish from here on? I don't necessarily think so, because I do expect that the coming months from here on are still going to be relatively bullish months here, and I still will be expecting that Q4 is going to be as well very bullish for the Bitcoin price action. So I am really looking forward towards where we are going to go towards from here on. I do personally really anticipate that we're going to see some kind of a very strong bounce over here, because yeah, the lower time frames are getting pretty exhausted right now. But if I'm going to as well set up this Fibonacci, let me see, from swing high to let me see, swing low. Sorry, excuse me, let me set it up from here on, from the all-time high to the bear market, not bear market, sorry, the reaccumulation phase low, and then we're going to set it up from this level like this. So yeah, you can see we have been not touching this 39.2k basically, and this could be for sure still a level that we have to be keeping our eyes on. Of course, it's quite bearish that we were not able to hold on towards the 44.4k line here, but once again, the market of Bitcoin was influenced by the stock market, and that is, of course, a reason why we keep see some levels, of course, of support not holding. And right now, personally, I do expect it could be, of course, for sure, a very strong, some kind of a fake out move here, but as well, if I'm going to look at the daily candles, you could be seeing where we're right now creating some kind of a falling wedge here on the RSI. Of course, the RSI trend is, of course, going to be important to see which direction we're going to move towards on the daily time frame. Yeah, it looks to be that we are finding resistance on the top side. Support on the lower side could be, of course, giving us a signal that we could be starting to move anytime soon once again. We know, of course, on the 4-hourly candles, we have not been so oversold for exactly a year from here on. So 365 days ago, we were as oversold like we are right now. So that's, of course, as well a very important thing to know and take in consideration, because if you look right now at all the factors coming together, of course, your emotions are probably saying right now, yo, I want to be staying away from the market. But yeah, the best strategy is, of course, always to be greedy once others are fearful. And others are right now pretty fearful. Others are expecting, of course, a very significant correction towards the downside. But in my opinion, this ABC correction has been already done here. And after seeing an ABC correction, I want to be getting pretty bullish. So I personally do expect that the market could be seeing a very significant, still rise from here on, from this point. So yeah, looking forward towards, like you can see over here, we have been seeing this ABC structure several times in the market, like we have been seeing over here in January, ABC correction towards the downside, like you can see over here in, let me see, March, ABC correction towards the downside. And of course, these ABC correction, and this was, of course, a bigger scale ABC correction, like you can see over here, this is as well an ABC correction. And then after an ABC correction, what you're seeing, because basically, if you're doing some trend analysis on Bitcoin over here, you were seeing, of course, first of all, if we're going to take an Elliott wave towards the upside, we saw one impulsive move towards the upside, correction, another impulsive move towards the downside, correction. Then we saw last impulsive move towards the upside over that point. And if you're going to look after that, what are you going to get after an impulsive move towards the upside of an Elliott wave? You're going to get an ABC correction. And of course, here we create the ABC correction. You could be as well just approach it a little bit differently. But yeah, you can see ABC correction got formed after that. Elliott wave structures are pretty useful in the market to of course discuss and expect, of course, bigger time frame things here. And if you're right now going to look at the bigger scale here, could this be once again a formation of an Elliott wave? If you're looking towards technical analysis, and if you're going to, of course, do some research on technical analysis, you know that after ABC correction, 9 of the 10 times we're creating another Elliott wave structure towards the upside, because an ABC correction is a healthy correction structure. But let's say Bitcoin was forming a low over here, then we're forming a high, and then we were doing something like this. That is not good here. But right now, since we, of course, already broke through the previous highs over here, it is generally looking pretty solid. And right now, since retesting this level, I'm getting as well pretty excited. So I should definitely be not so fearful right now as well if we're going to set up Fibonacci from this low towards this high over here. Let me see. You can see we are holding on towards very strong levels of support. You can see the 0.5 in the Fibonacci coming together with this orange box of very strong support. This is going to be a level that I don't see Bitcoin breaking. And as soon as Bitcoin is going to fail to hold towards the 40.8K level here on the daily time frame, yes, that is maybe a point that we should be starting to get worried. But right now, I don't think that you should be starting to worry, because the more fear there will be in the market, the more greedy I will be getting here. So, of course, if you're going to say, maybe I see some people are saying, yo, we are in a bear market. Of course, a lot of opinions are going to be shifting over here as well. Let me see what the poll is saying here. It's 50-50 right now on the people saying, what are we going to reach first here? 35K or 50K. I personally think 50K. You could be calling me a moonboy or whatsoever, but the best strategy in crypto here is to be greedy once others are fearful. And like I have been doing so over here on this phase, let me see, let me remove all the drawings. On this phase over here, I've been never so greedy on Bitcoin. I was, of course, the whole time extremely bullish. A lot of people called me a stupid moon boy or whatsoever. But right now, once again, it is the same time. Everyone, I mean, if you look to the fear and greed index over there, the fear was extremely high in the market. And right now, we're sitting on these same lows like we were in June and May. And of course, we all know what happened after that. Because if a lot of people, if the retailers are in fear and the retailers are going to sell, the market is going to move down from here on. And in my opinion, this is the classic of ABC correction that we right now saw, and in my opinion, we're going to start moving up from here on. And of course, everyone has their own opinion about it, but as well, if we're going to enable the VPVR, guys, we know that we're right now trading on some very critical levels of support. And if you're zooming out, you can see Bitcoin retested the 40K range, and this, of course, has been, this 40K range, basically, and this has been, first of all, historically very strong resistance in the past, like you can see over here, of course, and this has been, as well, very, very strong volume resistance and support while we are right now trading above it. So, yeah, I do think these are very critical levels that you want to be seeing Bitcoin holding, and since we are right now seeing a successful retest of this level, I don't necessarily anticipate Bitcoin breaking this level so easily. So, it has been already proving itself. And there have been huge sell orders over here. There has been huge sell orders over here. Huge sell orders. And as soon as we were breaking it, of course, we were going up very quickly. And right now, we're just seeing a retest of this level of previous resistance. And if you're just going to zoom out, it's making a lot of sense right now as well. If you're going to look once again at the weekly time frame, it is going to be relatively easy to expect what Bitcoin is going to do here, in my opinion, because as well, if you're going to look at this Fibonacci extension, you're going to set it up like this. Look at this. What are we having? We are once again having a successful retest of this Fibonacci level of the 0.236 here. So the 0.236 here providing very strong support right now in the Bitcoin market. I once again personally do anticipate Bitcoin is going to be very strong from up this point right now. Second of all, and we're going to enable the Bitcoin bull market support band, I do expect this level will be holding as well. Bitcoin, once again, on the weekly time frame, finally successfully retesting the Bitcoin support band right now as well. If you're going to look at the Bitcoin 21 SMA, let me see, the 21. Let me get it in front of the screen. Excuse me, this is not the right one. Let me see if I can find it right real quickly. 21 SMA. I can't find it that easily, but I will be certain. Oh, no, I don't. So yeah, basically, wait, let me set it up. Maybe I can just the length here. yeah, basically Bitcoin, yeah, you can see it over here. Of course, the 21 SMA comes together with the bull market support band, but like you can see over here, the 21 SMA basically has been providing very strong support and resistance here in the previous in the bull markets, in the price action on Bitcoin, basically, like you can see over here. Last time that we of course broke above it, we retested it successfully as support. We moved up very quickly, and of course this on the weekly time frame. And I can tell you already, the weekly time frame is a time frame that you should be paying your attention towards once you're in fear. You have to be zooming out. And right now, it is the time to get greedy, in my opinion. This is really the time that you don't want to be starting to panic, because this is not the right time to do so, in my opinion. So yeah, you can see right now successfully retesting this level. Of course, it's going to be very important to see where Bitcoin is going to close its weekly candle right now here. But I mean, we have been going through all this several times here on the market. We have been seeing people panicking. We have been seeing people exiting the market because they think this is it. And of course, always once we're seeing that, we know that there is a lot of fear in the market, and you just have to be strong. You just have to be having diamond hands here, because before every major move we create towards the upside, we tend to see major shakeouts, like you can see over here. We created major shakeouts before creating massive moves towards the upside. So yeah, you have to be having diamond hands, otherwise you're definitely not going to crush the market, in my opinion. And of course, everyone is going to be having a different opinion on the market, but personally, I should be anticipating, you should be starting to get a little bit more bullish, because I personally do expect there is going to be, relatively speaking, more bullish price action than bearish price action from off this point of recording. So let me as well look at the 1 hourly candles. Of course, 1 hourly candles we're getting as well pretty oversold on this time here. We are right now breaking through some critical levels of resistance that we were creating on the imminent short term. Like you can see over here, we were creating some levels that you want to be seeing Bitcoin breaking above. Like you can see over here, this level was of course on a very low time frame. Right now I'm talking about on the 1 hourly candles. You can see here resistance while breaking above it, retesting it as support, and we started to move up from that point. So that was, generally speaking, of course, a good breakthrough that we got. And I think, yeah, there's going to become a point that there's going to be, once again, be no sellers anymore. And as soon as the sellers are going to run out of their pressure, we are going to start moving up from there on once again. Because as well, if you're going to enable the MACD giving us signals of clear market reversals, because the MACD right now on the 1 hourly candles is suggesting that the sellers are right now really running out of steam, and that we could be seeing, of course, a very significant rise from off this point. Because what you can see in the MACD is that, what you can see in the price action, first of all, is that you can see price action still moving lower. The candle still moving lower from off this point. Now, while we are seeing that, we are first of all seeing a bullish divergence on the RSI, because the RSI is forming a higher low, of course, giving a signal, okay, the strength is increasing on the price action, but the market still moving down. This is going to be likely to see a move from towards the upside and generate from this point. As well, the MACD forming a higher low here on the histogram, while the price action still forming a lower low, as well a clear reversal signal. And I can go to several momentum indicators right now here, suggesting that the trend is about to reverse on the 1 hourly candles. And is it going to be a short-term bounce? Could be, for sure be so, and then we're going to create another leg down here. But at least what we should be anticipating for the imminent short term is to see Bitcoin rallying very quickly towards the upside from off this point, in my opinion. As well, what you can see, like I told you before, the money flow index, we are seeing the sellers really getting exhausted. We are getting almost no sellers anymore in the market. The sellers are running out of their steam right now here, and this is of course exactly what we want to see here. And hopefully Bitcoin could be creating some kind of a V-shaped recovery that is going to be, of course, signifying a lot of bullish price action. And what I can tell you already is that as soon let's say, let's speculate something, okay? Let's, of course, you have to take it with a grain of salt, but let's say Bitcoin is going to create a very strong recovery towards the upside. What are we going to get? All the people that sold over here is going to be, of course, FOMO back into the surprise action. And that is going to be resulting in, of course, Bitcoin moving up in a very more rapid pace. And personally, that happens all the time here. And these institutions are right now buying, because, well, the dumb money is selling, the smart money is buying. It has always been the same. There are institutions right now with a big smile on their face, because they know how the game works. And you can be crushed the game as well if you're just going to be you put your dedication in towards it. And of course, if you don't know it already, we are, in my opinion, we are not going to go towards a bear market. And my pure reason to say this right now here is because we are having institutional interest. These institutions don't want to be holding their dollars. So guys, I want to be asking you guys real quickly, if you want to be smashing up the like button, it will be highly appreciated. I currently see we're almost watching with 800 of you guys out there. If you can be smashing up the like button, it's only going to take a few seconds of your time, but you will be literally mean the world for me. So let's see if we could be pushing it up to, let's say, 200 likes right now. It will be highly appreciated. Of course, if you're as well new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It will be highly appreciated right here. So make sure to take some of your time to smash it up here. So Rover, what do you think of Solana? That's a very good question. So let me go over Solana real quickly before, of course, going back into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is moving up very quickly. Of course, like we are right now seeing, and of course, anticipating on the 1 hourly candles, and of course on the 4 hourly candles, it is really likely to expect to see the market moving up, because we have been, of course, historically seeing, if we get so oversold, we tend to see very quick rises in price action towards the upside. So course, once again, another thing to pay your attention towards right now here. So let me see. We will see the 38 4K. I mean, yeah, of course, a lot of different opinions right now on the market here, but you have to know, guys. You have to know. I mean, a lot of people are right now calling for the 30K levels or whatsoever, and a lot of people are willing to enter the market on that point. I personally do not see it. Once again, so many people were saying Bitcoin is going to 20K while we were trading on 30K. That is as well have not been happening. Too many people anticipating a certain level is most likely not going to happen. Second of all, we have been seeing a clear reversal signal. But yeah, if you want to be seeing my thoughts on Bitcoin, you just have to go back into the video, because I'm not going to repeat it once again. But let me look at Solana for you guys out there. I mean, I have been anticipating a huge correction on Solana already quite a long time here. Is it right now the time to buy Solana? No, I don't think so. I still will be saying should be very careful with altcoins. Yes, we are right now seeing a bullish divergence on the 4 hourly getting generated. This is, of course, a good buying signal, to be very honest. Yeah, you have been seeing this bullish divergence getting created here. From this point, we moved up approximately 10%. Yeah, so yeah, the gains are running up pretty high. But still, in terms of a risk to reward standpoint, I don't think it's going to be the best asset to accumulate right now. And especially with altcoins, I should be a little bit more careful, because I personally, of course, we already warned you guys about it. I personally do think that Bitcoin is going to be leading this rally towards the upside ever so slightly, because the Bitcoin dominance is looking quite strong right now. The Bitcoin dominance looks to be, of course, increasing from up this point. So what is going to be likely right now, and that is that Solana is, I mean, all the altcoins are going to be not as strong as Bitcoin right now. And I do firstly expect, if we're going to see another correction on Bitcoin, let's say we are going to get another correction on Bitcoin, it is going to be the altcoins that are going to take an even bigger hit here. Personally, I'm not necessarily anticipating another major move towards the downside from here on, and that's as well the reason why I'm right now longing the market. So yeah, we have to be looking forward towards it right now, what we are going to see here, but we have to be remaining to sit on the sidelines. And personally, I do really think, since breaking this daily level of support, like you can see over here, previous resistance flipped into support. Right now, we failed to hold on towards the support, and we are retesting it as resistance, of course, if we're going to go towards the level. So it's going to be very interesting what we're going to do here. And some people are asking me right now, is Ethereum a good buy? Of course, I can't give you any financial advice there. But yeah, I personally do think that Ethereum is a very strong buying opportunity right now here. So let me go back into the Ethereum price section in a second here. And as well, I see a donation from Octavia. You're always grinding, man. Thanks you so much for your honesty. I mean, truly lovely. And guys, as well, around the, I know on YouTube how it works. If you're going to, let's say, make bearish videos, well, the price action is going towards the downside. You are going to get more clicks on YouTube, and you're going to be more popular on YouTube. But I will be always probably not have the most popular opinion out there, because I'm going to give you an honest opinion on the market. And the honest opinion right now here is that you want to be getting very greedy on the market. And have I been going over this range as well yesterday? Yes, I have, for Ethereum. So another reason to be pretty bullish right now on Ethereum is look at this retest. Look at this retest. So, I mean, we are still, by the way, in a cup and handle scenario here. We are retesting the lower side of the handle. So we could be for sure see this cup and handle getting played here. And it's going to be, of course, an approximately 92% move towards the upside. So personally, if you're zooming out on daily candles, looking pretty honestly very strong. If you're looking towards previous level, let me get a clear chart in front of my eyes here. Let me remove all the drawings. So if you're going to look at the clear chart and you're going to purely look at what are the levels that have been providing a very good amount of resistance in the past, it is that level that we're right now retesting. So this is literally textbook. We're getting a textbook perfect retest on Ethereum. And I mean, I can't stress enough about this retest, because this is a textbook retest that you do want to be liking right now. And it is going to be an amazing, let me see. This is going to be an amazing supportive bounce from here on, in my opinion. You can see previous major resistance flipping into support, right, and once again retesting it as support. This is a level that you want to be getting greedy on, in my opinion, once again. As well, if I'm going to zoom out on the bigger time frame, and if I'm going to set up this Fibonacci from the swing low, swing high, and if I'm going to look at some levels where you should starting to get, of course, where you should be starting to, of course, look to accumulate huge amounts on Ethereum. Of course, unfortunately, we have not been reaching the 0.236 here. And let me see if I set it up correctly. Yes, I have set up correctly. So unfortunately, we have been not touching the 0.236 yet. So I would like to see, of course, this level getting touched here, but it could be for sure so that we're not even going to touch this level, in my opinion. Ethereum right now is well showing some more strength against Bitcoin. If you're going to set up a Fibonacci from the swing low over here towards the swing high, you can see we retest as well the 0.5 here in the Fibonacci, coming together with this horizontal level, very strong support. I should once again say to everyone out there, in my opinion, you want to start to get greedy because everyone is in fear. And once everyone is in fear, you want to be greedy. It is as simple as that. It is so simple. It sounds maybe very simple. I know it is very easy to say, and a lot of people still attach their emotions towards it. I mean, I'm getting very happy that we got this correction because, of course, I always have some tether aside, and I will be always buying every single dip if we're going to potentially get one. And for me, I'm buying even more. Of course, I bought a huge amount of my Bitcoin and Ethereum back around this range over here. I'm very honest with you guys about that. I, of course, announced it as well. So yeah, I'm right now, of course, on this investment I made here around the $3,200 US. I'm a little bit down here, but of course, I sold everything on the 4K, bought back over here. In my opinion, this is not necessarily so bearish because we're right now done with the correction, and I know I could be expecting more price action towards the upside from this point because we have been seeing a clear ABC correction right now as well in Ethereum. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards that. But if I'm going to zoom in ever so slightly on Ethereum right now here, yeah, you can see as well, it has been creating, first of all, this is a very clear signal, guys. This is a very, very clear, I like this chart of Ethereum. So let me see, bullish hammer candle. Let me show this to you guys. What a bullish hammer candle basically is. So what is a bullish hammer candle? It is a candle that you see, let me see, open in new tablet like this. So you can see right now in front of your screen, this is a bullish hammer candle. This is basically with a very, very long shadow, a very, very long wick on the lower side. And what are we right now seeing here on Ethereum? We are seeing the exact same structure. So what I do like here of this scenario, we move towards the downside and we create a bullish hammer candle. This is a typical reversal candle. This is a typical reversal signal, and it could be, of course, showing a lot of strength in my opinion. This is going to be very, very much like a V-shaped recovery in my opinion, because yeah, this candle already showing the strength on the Ethereum price action. Of course, Bitcoin has been doing the same, so I personally do expect that these charts are going to be very strong. As well, you can see Ethereum got very, very oversold over here. Not as oversold as Bitcoin was, of course. But yeah, it should be starting to get pretty greedy on the market right now, in my opinion. As well, the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin valuation still holding this line over here. Still holding this line. Of course, I could be maybe extending this box ever so slightly. It's not the most perfect retest. I have to be admitting that one. But yeah, you can see we are right now, maybe you could be approaching like this, forming retesting previous downward slope resist line as support right now. But generally speaking, we could be creating as well a falling wedge here on the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin pair, and that could be maybe resulting in Ethereum taking some more territory in back of Bitcoin right now. Or this could be, of course, you could be approaching it like an let me see, an parallel channel. Let me get it in from. Why is it away from there? I think. Oh wait, it is still here. So yeah, you could be as well approaching maybe like a parallel channel, and you're right now trading on support. So let's see how this is going to be ending, of course. But personally, I'm a pretty big bull on Ethereum because I do expect Ethereum is going to create more of these hype rallies here in the future, because Ethereum is one of these assets that it has a very, very bright future. A lot of altcoins are built on Ethereum. The decentralized finance is as well built on Ethereum. I think if you're not holding Ethereum already, these are the opportunities that you should be embracing, in my opinion. So let me see what you guys are saying over here, because I want to be as well go to this chart to discuss real quickly the liquidations that we got, of course, in the market, and as well to see what the people are right now doing here in the market as well. We know if we're first of all going to talk about the funding rate, funding rates are relatively neutral right now. Funding rates are relatively neutral. Of course, a lot of people are in profits because of short positions, and of course, they could be only create more shakers towards the upside, in my opinion. Of course, we saw once again in the past 24 hours and 1.2 billion US dollars getting liquidated here in the market. Of course, that's quite a lot, and we're all long positions, so that's, of course, pretty unfortunate to see. Of course, on AVAX, a lot of liquidations, Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course. So yeah, let's see what that is going to be, of course, resulting in. If we're going to compare the longs to shorts, if I'm going to compare to the 1 hour chart, you can see there has been, of course, right now a little bit more longs than shorts. But if I'm going to talk about the 5-minute candles, it has been shifting quite a lot here, so it's pretty interesting. So not necessarily, you can see on a lot of exchanges there are more shorts active than longs here. Bitfinex only 2% longs. That's pretty crazy, to be honest. If I'm going to look here, of course, at the data, and if I'm going to once again look at the Bitcoin returns per month, we of course know that this has been historically a bearish month here. And if I'm really going to be very honest with you guys, am I going to be expect still a very bullish Q4? Yes, I'm going to be very bullish on Q4. I still will be saying it. And this is of course still going to plan. And why should you be calling a bear market right now? I don't think so that you should be starting to call a bear market right now. I don't think it's likely to see here. Too many people are calling a bear market, and that's just making me feeling even more bullish. And the whole point about why I don't think it's a bear market is because of the fundamental side. The fundamental side has changed so drastically. Even though, yeah, the chart is looking a little bit more bearish, of course, if we're zooming out, it's not necessarily an extremely bullish chart here. But you know that there is a lot of manipulation in the market, and you know that there are a lot of market makers. And personally, I think the shakeouts that we're right now creating, those are the people that are going to buy back higher. Those are the people that are going to buy back higher. And as well, if we're going to real quickly, I saw a tweet by Glassnode just coming around the corner just a moment ago. If I see, yeah, this tweet over here, we are seeing the net realized profit, of course, dipping in the red. And what has this been historically as well suggesting us? If the net profit, so if a lot of people are in a loss on their Bitcoin holdings, it is generally speaking a good buying opportunity. So once again, this one dipping in the negative, and of course, always once we're in the green, you should be starting to get fearful. Once, of course, always a lot of people are in profit, you have to be fearful, because that is going to be usually going to signify the market is going to create shakeouts. And like you can see over here, even though we were trading around the 50k range previously, like you can, I can't show my my mouse unfortunately, but even though we were trading around the 50k range, not a lot of people were in profit, because people, yeah, did sold off their positions. So that's of course a good thing to see. And right now we're already dipping in the negative numbers while we were trading on 42k. So this is pretty positive, because a lot of people that have been in a loss have been just selling off. Of course, that's positive, and they will be most likely buying back higher. So once again, this chart, the net realized profit and loss, as well, suggesting we should start to get bullish. Of course, as well, if we're going to look at charts like how much Bitcoin there was, of course, available on exchanges, you can still see that is drastically decreasing right now, as well, suggesting we should be starting to get even more bullish. So to be honest, if I'm looking to the 42.4k range here, you can see on the 1 hourly candles we will successfully retest this level, and the next major level of resistance is going to be basically the stop side around the 43.9k here. It's going to be, for me, very important to see this level getting broken, especially on the 4 hourly candles, because yeah, the 4 hourly candles has been showing a lot of significance on this range over here. So it's going to be quite pretty exciting. So guys, let me quickly check as well how much likes we got on the stream. Guys, we got 250 likes. Let's see if we could be smashing it up to 300 likes, guys. Only going to take a few seconds of your time to smash it up, and it will be highly appreciated. So let me see. Shakeout was weak, huge. I definitely disagree. Of course, QB, of course, argued about this several times there, but I don't think it's smart to of course expect another major correction from here on, or let's say panic sell your portfolio right now to potentially buy back cheaper. Because if you're going to start panic selling your portfolio on this range, you're going to be expecting to buy back cheaper. It is irresponsible. I mean, I already tweeted about it here on my Twitter page. It is too late to panic sell. It is too late to panic sell. If you're panic selling right now, you're definitely too late. That was, of course, what I said. So, no, I don't think, of course, it could be for sure happening another leg down here, but yeah, it really depends on how you're going to anticipate it. Personally, yeah, there could be still potentially be a minor correction from here on. That's, of course, definitely going to be likely, because there's going to be still a lot of sell pressure. But do I necessarily expect Bitcoin to really trade below the 40k for a long time? Or are we really going to trade below the 40k? No, I don't not necessarily think so. And I do think, if I'm going to take a wider view, I do think that we have been at least found the bottom, or we are going to find the bottom here in the coming 2 days from here on. And personally, I should be really getting pretty greedy in terms of spot accumulation. I'm really spot accumulating. Of course, I'm never going to say go all in, and of course, it's no financial advice or whatsoever. But what I do think, and what I should be anticipating right now here, is that it's a good time to start dollar cost average back in towards the market. It's definitely a good time, in my opinion. Once again, like I just told you a few seconds ago, never going to say that you have to go all in or whatsoever, but it is definitely, if we're going to look at historical price action, it is a good time to accumulate. It is a good time to accumulate, because if everyone is in fear, I will be always greedy, and that's the reason, once again, right, why I'm right now as well pretty greedy. I'm greedy on the market purely because everyone is fearful, because everyone is saying the market is going to go lower, because everyone is panic selling off their Bitcoin right now, because the net profit is as well in a loss right now here. The net profit and loss is right now as well, suggesting that more people are in a loss. If everyone is in a loss, I will be buying. I will be getting so greedy once others are fearful. And it is always, I know it's always not going to be the most popular opinion. And of course, we are still in a downtrend. That is for sure true. And it's, of course, going to be likely that we're going to see a continuation from here on. But how long are we going to see the downtrend? Is the real question here. How further are we going to go down? And in the meantime, of course, up your Bitcoin, because I don't really care if Bitcoin is going to retrace back to 38K, because I know it has future. Bitcoin is the future of money. Bitcoin is definitely the future. And these shakeouts, they are part of what these institutions and these worlds do here, because in the end of the day, these worlds want to be having the most amount of Bitcoin, because as well, they know the potential for the future, and they're just creating shakeouts to create breakouts. So in my opinion, this is definitely not the time to start panic selling. I definitely don't start, I definitely think it's not time to panic sell right now here. I don't think so in my opinion. I never panic sell, but I do panic set stop loss. I mean, yeah, in terms of course, trading stop losses are good, but for my holding, I'm not necessarily using a stop loss here, because as well with taxes, etc., it's very hard to so if you're going to out and enter the market every single time here, you just have to be, I mean, in my opinion, I'm holding my Bitcoin, and the lower it goes out, the more I will be buying here, because I will be not taking major profits on Bitcoin before reaching, let's say, levels around the 80K once again. So yeah, I have been taking profits, of course, on my portfolio over here, but I already bought back the most amount, let's say 80. I don't know exactly how much percentage, but I did sold, of course, a lot of my portfolio on this range over here. And of course, you guys know it because I announced it several times on my channel, but I already bought it back on this range over here. So yes, I still have some capital, and I still have been accumulating this range over here, but not necessarily as big as I did over here, because yes, I was already, of course, entering back in the market. And yeah, right now we're seeing another leg down getting great, but I will be for sure not taking profits on my portfolio right here. I will be only adding more and more and more with my, yeah, that's definitely part of my strategy. And of course, if you're looking to classic reversal patterns and classic correction patterns, this is an ABC correction. And a lot of people tend to, of course, believe in the hype, and the hype is right now that the market is moving down and is going to really come down here. Do you think the trend will be continuing, or do you really think the trend is going to reverse from this point? So yeah, you can see the 12-hour candles is looking pretty bullish. And in exactly 3 hours, we're going to close this 12-hour candle. Look at this. Is this a bullish candle or isn't it? This is, of course, a very clear hammer candle, but then on the 12-hour time frame. Of course, the higher the time frame, the more bullish I will be getting here. And for me, this is, of course, closing the green as well. This just shows you there's a big shadow on the lower side. There are, of course, a lot of people that are willing to buy up this range here. There are a lot of people willing to step in towards the market over here. And I definitely understand, because if you're looking to the wider view here, and if you're going to look and zoom out on some very important support boxes, you know that this has been historically a very strong accumulation and distribution zone. So yeah, I think that this supply zone over here, sorry, this accumulation zone over here is for sure to keep your eyes out on, and it for sure will be accumulating this range here. I will be for sure doing so. No, you never said you're selling. Then you definitely missed out on my videos, because I literally discussed it in every single video over here. I literally discussed it in every single videos for 5 days in a row, and everyone called me a crazy bear over there. And you can literally see it on my videos. So if you're saying that's not true, you have to definitely go back towards my videos I was uploading on that time. So because then, of course, I was discussing this market structure, that we were seeing diminishing returns towards the upside, and that the market is going to bend over. And of course, right now everyone is saying the market is creating another fractal with this lower high over here. I think this fractal is, of course, exactly what the bears want, because in that video as well, I was explaining that everyone's going to call for a bear market, and as soon as everyone's going to call for a bear market, I will be getting even more greedy, because as soon as everyone thinks we are in a bear market, I will be starting to get even more bullish. So let me see as well quickly. Currently 50-50 still with the votes that we're having here. It's 50-50 in terms of people anticipating the 35K and 50K. It's going to be exciting. Diamond hands, Bitcoin, of course. Yeah. Rover, what do you think about this vote? Yeah, of course, Sandra, I was just talking about it. I think, yeah, the vote that we're right now having here, this community poll, is pretty interesting, because, yeah, what do you guys really think of the market right now? Of course, it is really 50-50, so we'll be definitely think right now, because of the fear is running pretty high here, and because of the hammer candles we're right now creating here, and because of the ABC correction, that I'm just bullish on the market right now. And that's, of course, a thing that I have been saying several times here on the stream already. ABC correction, hammer candle on the 12-hour, fear is running up pretty high. If we're looking to the stock to flow model as well, we are suggesting that the coming months are going to be bullish. We as well know from historical price action that Bitcoin is usually bullish near the end of the year, and We know as well, if we're going to exactly look towards our previous cycle 4 years ago, we know that July and August were pretty bullish month. We have been exactly doing it. September being a bearish month, we have been once again exactly doing that. But we know that October, November, December are going to be bullish months here. So yeah, how are you going to be preparing yourself for these bullish months? You have to be making your own strategy for it. But for me, I'm just straight on accumulating right now. And if we're as well looking towards the previous corrections in the market, we tend to know that these corrections always are happening near the end of the month. Let's say after the 20th, of course, of the month. So you can see over here, this correction over here bottomed out here on the 28th of February, beginning of March. So basically the end of the month. Over here as well, this correction bottomed out on the 25th of March. This correction over here bottomed out on the 25th of April. Over here, yeah, of course, I don't really call this bottom. Here, we bottomed out on the 20th of July. Here, we bottomed out on the beginning of August, but it's not really a bottom in my opinion. Here, we are right now correcting, once again, near the end of the month. So, yeah, we are seeing, of course, coincidence every single time. And, of course, as well in January, to be honest. Here as well, January, we bottomed out on the 25th of January, approximately. So, if we're looking back to all these corrections that we formed here in this bull market that we have been in, we tend to see these shakeouts getting created here near the end of the month. And that's, of course, a thing that you should be paying your attention towards, in my opinion. And I think you should be as well use it as very important information. We are once again near the end of the month. So what could you be starting to do here near the end of the month? You could be starting to load up once again. Because in the end of the day, you want to be buying the lows and selling the highs, right? So let me see. As well, Joshua, thank you for tuning in once again to the amazing stream here. Let me see. There's a falling wedge on the 4-hourly candles on the Bitcoin price action. Is there a falling wedge on a 4-hourly candles? Let me, of course, discuss it. I definitely don't think so. I don't really like a falling wedge on this point of view over here. I mean, yeah, you could be maybe approach it from the bigger time frame. So yeah, you could be for sure approach like this and maybe see on the top side. But the only thing here, I don't really call this a resist line because you want to be seeing more than 3 touch points, my man. If you're only seeing 2 touch points, I will be not calling it a valid support or resistance line. But yeah, you can see for sure the downward sloping support line is very valid. We are seeing already 2 touch points over there, 3, 4, 5 touch points. So yeah, we are seeing a very critical level of support getting generated. And this is important to keep your eyes on, of course, for sure. So yeah, let's see how this is going to be ending. Maybe even on the higher time frames, you could be approaching it as well. I think, let's say you're going to approach on the 12-hour candles. You could be seeing like this, downward sloping support line, downward slope resistance line, of course, still going to say we are lacking touch points on the top side. So let's see, we're going to see some kind of a this structure getting formed. I'm still going to be relatively bullish on the market because we could be starting to form some kind of a reversal pattern of this falling wedge, of course. So let me as well go into some momentum indicators on the 12-hour candles, because yeah, what you can currently see as well, of course, nothing confirmed yet here, but the MACD is pretty bullish right now on the 12-hour candles. The MACD is pretty bullish because if you're going to look at the MACD on the 12-hour candles right now, you can see clearly we have been forming a lower low here on the price action. Well, the MACD has been still forming a higher low over here. So the MACD is still relatively bullish. MACD forming right now, giving us a signal that we are running out of sellers here on the 12-hour time frame, and that we're still seeing a lower low getting created. And of course, this is of course in general a typical structure that we are going to see a trend reversal. So yeah, that's going to be pretty exciting on how this is going to be ending for sure. I will be keeping my long positions open, and I will be looking forward towards where the market is going towards. And of course, as soon as we're going to start even falling further, I will be adding more and more to my positions. Yeah, you could be, someone is saying you could be as well approached on the daily time frame. That is for sure true. You could be maybe, of course, look for potential, falling wedge in the future. Of course, I'm going to not say it right now because this is pure speculation, because I want to be seeing more than 3 touch points getting created on such a significant level. But the downward sloping support line is a very valid one that you could be looking at, because yeah, you can see several times already we found very strong support on this level, and every single time touching this level, we created big wicks on the lower side. And as well, if you're enabling the volume, you can as well see that every single time we're touching this level, the volume tends to be spiking ever so slightly. So yeah, it is a very important level that you have to be keeping your eyes on. I do think this is going to be a very strong level that we are most likely going to be holding on as well here. Let me quickly look as well. Money flow index, of course, on daily looking so like we are in a bearish trend. Have to give that one to the bears. As well on the 12-hour candles. I mean, yeah, the money flow is looking pretty bullish as well on the 12-hour candles, because excuse me, on the 12-hour candles, you can see still we're forming a lower low in the price action, and the money flow index is well forming a high low right now. So yeah, looking pretty solid over here, to be honest. And in my opinion, this is not really the time to be starting to panic. So it's not a crime to short. No, for sure not. It's not a crime to short. You can always short the market, but I'm once again going to say it. If you're going to look to risk to reward, is it worth the risk that you're right now taking for the potential reward to short? And of course, that's the question that we'll leaving to you guys. But in my opinion, it's for me too high of a risk to short the market right now, or let's say sell your portfolio whatsoever. As well, Corey Williams donating to the channel here. You were saying good stuff, Rover. What are your thoughts on Fantom? Let's smash the like button, everyone. That would be crazy if you could be smashing up the like button right now here. Guys, we already got 320 likes on this stream right now here. So let's see how much likes we can get here. Let's see if we could get it towards the 400 likes here. So, of course, smashing up like button only going to take a few seconds every time. And you will be mean the world to me here. So make sure to smash it up right now. And you will be highly appreciate. It will be highly appreciated if you're going to smash it up right here. So, hey, CR, thank you for the calm stream. It's absolutely amazing that you guys are tuning in here. Panic buy instead. I mean, that's cool, man. The correction is done in my opinion. I definitely agreed. No, not short right now. No, indeed. It's not smart to short in terms of risk to reward. And that's the reason why I'm longing the market. But let me look at Fantom for you, Corey Williams. Thank you for tuning in as well once again. I'm always going to be trying to help you guys out there. But of course, not being sucked up in the fear. Well, of course, the market is moving down at such a rapid pace. So, have been saying it several times. Have been selling here around the top range here on Fantom. Have been selling the $1.40 range towards towards the $1.80 range. And my accumulation for Fantom is going to be the orange box. Previous ultimate is going to be for me the accumulation for Fantom. I personally think, of course, Fantom as well. And they're thinking sponsoring MotoGP right now. They're sponsoring Formula 1 Pierre Gasly. They are as well sponsoring Valentino Rossi, if I say it correctly. It's pretty crazy what they're doing. Fantom, of course, in terms of development, etc. But yeah, you could be approaching Fantom right now on the daily time frame, like in a potential bull flex scenario. So yeah, on the daily candles, we have been seeing a very significant rise towards the upside. This rise, of course, continued in a very rapid pace here. You can see parabolic trend. And what do you want to be doing if you're in parabolic trend? Yes, it could be going even up higher, but it is very likely to see some kind of a cool period getting started after such a parabolic rally. So we are creating a bull flag after this parabolic rise towards the upside. Personally, as soon as Bitcoin is going to settle down here, I do expect that Fantom is going to create another leg up here. So Fantom is going to be potentially shoot up back towards the $2.40 range approximately. I'm pretty bullish on Fantom. I do expect it's going to be, of course, showing us a lot of gains here in the future. And I definitely can't wait to see how it is going to be behaving itself as well in the future. In my opinion, in terms of risk to reward accumulation should be definitely around to 90 cents towards $1. I think that's the lowest risk for the potential reward accumulation zone that you are right now looking at. So yeah, Fantom would love to see it decreasing a little bit more for me to start to accumulate it once again here. So standing on the sideline still for this point, and for sure it could be maybe already starting to increase from here on. But if it's going to do so, I missed out, and I will be just looking at the different coin with maybe different possibilities. But yeah, in my opinion, still, as soon as Bitcoin is going to reverse its trend, it's going to be a Fantom that's going to be very strong here. Of course, once again, not enough touch points on the top side, but lower side forming a clear support line could be potentially form in some kind of a falling wedge here in the coming days. But for now on, I should be really remain a little bit calm, a little bit neutral. Still think there's going to be a lot of strength in Fantom. You can see right now in the 4-hourly candles, we are forming a bullish divergence over there, and we are right now forming a lower low on the price action, higher low here on the RSI. This is, of course, a very, very clear bullish divergence over here. So I definitely look forward towards where this is going to head towards. And personally, I do expect that Fantom is going to see a very significant rise from up this point. And I definitely can't wait to see what we're going to have as well. Downward slope resistance line here from the top side as well. A very critical level that we have to be breaking. I do expect this is going to be a very strong level of resistance above us. But yeah, this is going to be the level that we have to be breaking here in the coming days. Personally, don't think that's going to be an easy job that we're going to break it. If I'm going to set up a Fibonacci here on the daily candles to really determine on which levels we should be starting to look to get a little bit more bullish. Let me see. And which levels we should be approaching as very strong accumulation. I mean, yeah, if we're going to fail towards holding on towards the one in the Fibonacci over here, I mean, yeah, we could be potentially expect that that Fantom is going to see this retracement back towards levels around the 65 cents here. I definitely think it's too big of a correction, and personally should be still anticipating this orange box over here to as well provide very strong support. But you can already see here this Fibonacci showing the significance for sure. And let me say, I have not perfectly right now, it's perfect. So yeah, you can see it looks like we're almost getting supported by this level. You could be, of course, still approaching like a supportive touch here on the one in the Fib, and this is going to be for sure a level that's going to be providing a lot of support here on the event and price section. As soon as we're going to fail to hold it, yeah, maybe orange box or AKD 64 cents is going to be the real big levels that Fantom is going to hold on towards. Let's say Bitcoin is going to create another correction. It's going to be Fantom that's most likely going to retrace towards these levels. But yeah, once again, just told you already about it. I think the chances are relatively low that Bitcoin is going to see that happening, of course. So let me see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much here. Yeah, for Fantom, I should be for sure stay a little bit on the sidelines because I think there is going to be still become a little bit of a better opportunity here, maybe in the coming hours, coming days here. So yeah, pretty exciting. But yeah, which coins should we be looking at right now here? I see a lot of requests for Cardano coming in because Cardano has been performing very solid in my opinion, because if you're looking to the Cardano compared to Bitcoin pair, it has been rising. Of course, right now retesting previous levels of resistance. This is of course pretty bearish in my opinion, but it has been holding up pretty solid right now here. It has been holding up pretty solid. Of course, broke down a symmetrical triangle, moved down afterwards, of course. You can see over here, top side. This was the level that I want to be seeing. Yeah, basically Cardano to hold, but you can see as well over here, upper sloping support line. Sorry, excuse me. Upper sloping support line getting generated right now, getting tested once again here. The previous resistance flipping into support, but right now, of course, we failed to hold on towards this level. If we're going to set up a Fibonacci from the swing low towards the swing high, you can see we're still getting supported by the 0.5 in the Fibonacci, so it's a very strong level of support. I think, yeah, if you're going to see a retrace towards the 50% point of the trend, it's definitely a healthy correction. So yeah, let's see what we could be moving, what we could be doing from this point, of course. If I'm going to go back towards the 4-hourly candles, maybe we could be seeing some other things right now playing out on the market. I mean, yeah, it has been moving down here. It has been forming some kind of a bottom over here. And I mean, I can already tell you, if we're going to potentially create another leg down from off this point, this is only going to be resulting in a huge amount of bullish divergence getting created here. And of course, if we're going to really see a next rally down here, it is going to be Cardano that is going to be providing a lot of support. And of course, it's going to be bouncing back very, very strong here. So yeah, I should really start to get pretty bullish on a lot of projects right now here. Yeah, it could be starting to set, like I told everyone before, potential move down here, but in the end of the day, it's going to be starting to bounce from somewhere of this point here. Of course, if you're going to look at some downward slope resistance line, you can see over here, this level has been as well providing several touches on this chart. So this is pretty exciting. If we could be holding on towards the level, you could be maybe even approach it like a falling wedge scenario on the 4-hourly candles. And so yeah, you could be maybe approach it like a falling wedge scenario, where we are seeing, of course, yeah, lower highs getting created, lower lows, and this could be resulting in a huge reversal signal, and sorry, huge reversal pattern, I should say. And yeah, there could be maybe showing a lot of gains here in the days for Cardano. So yeah, pretty solid how Cardano is right now looking. It has been performing very neutral against Ethereum. It has been still creating this falling wedge on the Ethereum compared to Cardano pair. It's still trading on very strong horizontal support. So yeah, Cardano could be for sure still spike very strong against Ethereum. So yeah, still will be remain pretty neutral on Cardano, and it's going to be once again coming all down to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is really going to create another significant rally from here on, it's going to be Cardano that's going to really massively increase from this point. And if Bitcoin is of course not going to be able to create this massive rally, it is going to be once again a Cardano that's going to be as well not be so strong here. So it's going to come down to Bitcoin right now, in my opinion. So yeah, keep your eyes on Bitcoin. I should suggest to determine to buy any altcoin, because there's right now a lot of fear in the market. Bitcoin is going to be for sure the leading indicator right now to look at. So yeah, I should just highly suggest to keep your eyes out on Bitcoin to determine, okay, if Bitcoin is looking strong right now, I should be starting to look at the very strong altcoins. But since creating this big wick on the lower side, I personally think, yeah, there could be for sure some more sell pressure in the coming hours. But in the end of the day, I do think Bitcoin can be starting to bounce back very strong once again. So pretty exciting. He did like Solana 60 minutes ago. Yeah, I did already discuss Solana for a bit here. You have to go back into that a little bit here, guys. By the way, here, don't forget to smash the like button. Let me see how much we got right now here. It would be truly amazing if you could be smashing it up. We currently got 376 likes here, guys. Let's see if we could smash it up to 400 likes. Only 24 of you guys right now have to be smashing it up. It would be truly amazing. We have to close above the 43.4k. Otherwise, we have a problem. I mean, no. I mean, let me see which level it exactly was here, because we already went over it. Let me see. Bull market support band. It is basically I mean, in this range we could be closing, but of course a close above the 43.4k is going to be pretty important. It comes together with, of course, the 21 SMA. So yeah, it's going to be pretty important, of course, to close your level above this range here. So indeed, it's going to be important. Bull market support band and 21 SMA coming together. This weekly candle is going to be pretty critical. That's true. How about the dip? Congratulations, man. Congratulations that you are buying the fear. For everyone who's buying into fear, I mean, a big shout out to you guys out there. I mean, yeah, you're most like, of course, maybe it's not going to pay off right away instantly, because that's of course always going to be so, because it's going to be always a little bit lacking here. But at the end of the day, it's going to be an average good buying price in my opinion. Of course, no financial advice. EGLD is the king. I know EGLD has been performing very, very, very solid still, while the drop of great. I mean, oh no, it has been trading in very significant retracement. 33% retracement from the top side. 40%, sorry, 40% retracement. But it is, of course, also bouncing back very quickly. And I think, yeah, 20% bounce already is, of course, very likely to see after such a significant correction down here. EGLD failing to hold on towards his, his stop over here. I personally think that EGLD is at least going to lose some momentum, maybe, but it is at least going to show us a very strong bounce back towards the upside, in my opinion. So as soon as Bitcoin, of course, is going to start to increase once again, it's going to be Elrond that's going to be showing huge amounts of strength. You can still see we're forming a beautiful upward sloping support line. A lot of people willing to enter the market. It was going parabolic. Usually after this parabolic structure, you're going to, of course, after correcting, you're going to bounce back, but usually you're going to lose just a little bit of strength and not see this insane rises once again. But yeah, personally, yeah, could be for sure still see this, but we are only going to create huge divergence on the top side here, and I personally do expect in the imminent short term, it is at least going to be bouncing back very strong here. So as well, if you're looking to some horizontal levels of previous resistance, you can see this level really comes together with the previous resistance that we formed over here. So you can see previous resistance before really going parabolic, right now flipping into support. So yeah, this once again textbook analysis, textbook very, very nice retest in my opinion. So let me as well see. Let me get this extension from here on. Let me see the Fibonacci. So yeah, Fibonacci is well coming in towards the golden pocket retracement, 0.618 here. Looks very, very solid. You can see the 0.618 providing the very major support and resistance in the past. So yeah, looking forward towards where we're going to go towards. Do expect this level is, of course, going to be holding up very well here. If I was looking to the chart earlier on, I really thought, yeah, okay, this is going to be a very strong level of accumulation. I could have been for sure buying this dip over here, but unfortunately I was not paying my attention. Yeah, since then, of course, already saw a 15% increasement. If today's candle is going to be closing above the 0.5 in the Fibonacci, I mean, the $228 is once again going to be imminent once again here. So looking forward towards it. As well, Joshua the Baker donating to the channel. Joshua, you were saying, hey, Rover, can you give us a demo on how correctly apply the Fibonacci to find good entries on crypto? I would like to see it on Solana and Ethereum. So yeah, of course, let me go over Solana first. I think Solana, you always have to, of course, look as well at the market sentiment. But I mean, there's several Fibonacci's. Like, you have the Fibonacci retracement, and that's of course then you're looking for a swing low towards swing high. So like it's very easy to identify. So if you're going to look at, let's say, Solana, you can see the latest swing low is this level over here on the 20th of July. And then if you're going to measure it to the swing high, you're going to see, of course, that's this level over here. You can see the Fibonacci levels pop up over here, and you can see the levels of resistance and support. Right now, retracing to our, we are right now retesting the golden pocket. That is usually a very strong level of resistance, of course, if you are failing to hold it as support. But as well, you have the Fibonacci extension, and the Fibonacci extension is a little bit different to use. You could be either using it from swing low to swing high to swing low to, of course, identify the extension levels. And if you're going to be identifying the retracement levels, you want to be setting it up from swing high to swing low. Excuse me, this is swing low, swing high to swing low, and then to swing high once again. So then you can be identifying some retracement levels on this current trend. So yeah, if you're going to do it like that, you can see, okay, we are right now seeing these levels getting formed up. And if you're going to look, let's say, at some extension levels, as soon as we're going to start and breaking through the all-time high, I want to be looking like, let's say this is the bottom. Let's say 124 US dollars is the bottom. You're going to identify the swing low, the swing high, to low. And then you're going to see, okay, these are going to be the major levels of resistance. And if we're really going to start increasing from this point, to be honest, let's say Solana is going to increase once again. I personally do expect 171 US dollars is going to be a major level of resistance, because that is, of course, calculated in the Fibonacci right now. So let me as well use on Ethereum. But yeah, generally speaking, yeah, we are right now retesting the golden pocket entry. I should be getting a little bit careful, but we are really for if you're a beginner in technical analysis, I should be for sure keep it with the normal Fibonacci retracement. How you use the Fibonacci retracement is either from swing low to swing high to identify, of course, retracement levels, or either you could be setting it up from swing high to swing low to identify extension levels. And of course, if you're double click on the Fibonacci, you could be as well set up some several levels towards the upside. And of course, I know some levels that I set up here are going to be very significant. That is, of course, the 1.618 here, the 2.272, and the 2.618 here. And these levels are going to be very important because, excuse me, I set it up incorrectly. Oh, I did not set it up correct. Oh, wait. I disabled the level, I think. This is disabled to 0. Oh, that's this one. Excuse me, I disabled to 0. So yeah, if you're setting it up from swing high to swing low, we could be looking for extension levels. And let's say Ethereum is going to be breaking through the all-time high over here. The 43, these are going to be the major levels of resistance that we should be looking at. But of course, that's not a thing to discuss right now here, because these are the things that we are going to discuss in the coming 2 months. So yeah, pretty exciting. So guys, I will be wrapping up the stream right now here, because I have to do some things here later today. I will be back, of course, with another update video if we're seeing something interesting on the market. Like you guys already know, I gave you an update a little bit on my position. I'm still in a long position. We'll be still riding it towards the upside. Of course, if we're going to see another correction from here on, I will be adding more to my position, because I'm not necessarily anticipating that Bitcoin is going to see a much more significant correction from this point, because historically seeing, it is a good time to buy and be greedy once others are fearful. I'm, of course, spot accumulating as well. But guys, later today, I will be back with another update video here on the channel, discussing what we are seeing in the market. So if we're seeing an important development, let's say we're going to see a crash or whatsoever, we are going to keep you guys up to date on what the momentum is going to tell us on the Bitcoin chart, because it's most likely, let's say we're going to see a retracement from this point, that we're going to create several bullish divergences, what will be leading to even more buying pressure. So guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now on the channel. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button as well here. And I will see you guys later today with another update video here on the channel. Peace out.